Good morning. Welcome back to Jilly's Journey. It is morning where I am. Um, and this is another episode of the Drive With Me series. I actually have an hour-long commute to work today. I work at Dairy Queen as a cake decorator, and I have two locations that I work at. One location is close to me, and then the other location is an hour away. So I'm definitely not going to record for the full hour. I'm going to try to keep it short, maybe within like 15 minutes or so. Keep it in that time range. But today, I just want to give you a kind of a sneak peek into the mind of somebody who deals with mental illness and other health issues. Because I had not a super rough morning. I had a rough morning, though. To put into some context, if you've been following me, you know that I have dealt with mental illness. I have mental illness diagnoses. My diagnoses are schizoaffective disorder, bipolar manic type, PTSD, and depression. And that's a lot. It's quite a lot. But I've had a lot of ups and downs, and the medications that I have to take, there's huge benefit to taking them because they keep me from going to the hospital. They help me to stay on track so that I can work. And they're helpful in a lot of ways. And my doctor has adjusted my meds so that now I'm doing a lot better than I was before. So to give you an idea, just a few short months ago, I was on 3 antipsychotics. Now, eventually my doctor wanted to take me down off of some of those, but it's hard because if I go off of something that my body needs, is it going to send me into like a psychotic trip? And I was complaining to my doctor about how tired and fatigued I was, and just how I was literally sleeping until 10 in the morning or later, which is late for me. 10, 11. I was sleeping really late, but also even if I did try to get up earlier, like 9 or 8:30 or something like that, I had to take a nap. And even when I would sleep late until 10 or 11, I had to take a nap in the morning, like before noon. So I was struggling. So right now, this video is basically going to be about what I'm going through right now. Right now, I'm doing so much better in the sense that I went from 3 antipsychotics to just 1. I'm only on 1. I'm on a low dose. And it is a huge improvement. Like, as far as fatigue goes and tiredness, that's a common side effect with like most psychological meds. Whether you're on an antidepressant, an anti-anxiety, an antipsychotic, no matter what kind of psych med you're on, it seems like fatigue is just such a common symptom, and it stinks because nobody likes to feel fatigued, especially if you're getting enough sleep, you're trying to exercise, you're trying to eat well, and then you still feel tired. It's like, oh, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? But sometimes it really is just the medication. But when you look at the pros and cons, it's not really a good idea to go off the medication. Everyone has their own perspective. A lot of people don't like psych meds. For me personally, whether it's a recreational drug or whether it's a prescription drug, I think if it's a certain drug that you need, then take it, but there are side effects and it makes it so hard. So what I'm going through right now is, yes, I'm doing a lot better, but I recently went off of birth control. I think I shared that in a video previously. Anyway, I went off of birth control, and there are actually a lot of side effects to that. You can lose your hair, you can break out really badly in your skin. So I'm dealing with that. I'm having a lot more hair shedding than I used to have, and I'm breaking out a lot more than I used to. And So that's a struggle. I did change my diet recently. I am reducing my intake of dairy. I'm reducing my intake of wheat. Basically, eggs, foods that can cause inflammation and make acne worse. So I'm doing that. It's only been maybe like a week or a week and a half that I changed my diet. So I haven't really noticed any big improvements. I mean, I think from time to time I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, my skin looks a little bit better," but it's really hard to tell. I think it's really too soon to tell. So these are just things aside from my mental health, right? Like I'm dealing with the acne, the hair shedding, and honestly, a lot of like mood issues. It doesn't feel as though I'm dealing with depression. It doesn't feel as though I'm dealing with anxiety, but I feel such a drop in my energy levels. Now, um, I'm sorry if this is TMI for the gentleman listening to this, but I am approaching my period. I'm about 1 to 2 weeks away from getting my period. And that's a very normal situation to start feeling fatigued and tired and moody and low energy. So that's like normal, and it's normal to like break out as well, but it's still challenging because I have diagnosed mental illnesses, and then on top of that I'm a woman, and when that time of the month is approaching for me, I go through mental and emotional struggles as well, and physical struggles like the fatigue, the tiredness. So it's so hard for me and for any women out there dealing with mental health problems, emotional health problems. It's so stressful. Not only do you have your period every month and you're dealing with hormone fluctuations because of that, but you might be dealing with hormone fluctuations just because you have mental illness and your body's neurotransmitters or your hormones or whatever it is don't work normally, so you're taking medication to help with it, and it's just hard. And some people might think like, oh, you don't need medication, you just need to change your lifestyle, but that's not always the case. For me personally, I've always been really good about exercising. I get exercise every single day, whether it's intense. I'm sorry, my windows are open. I hope it's not bothering the video too much. So whether my exercise is intense or whether it's easy and basic, like taking a walk, I'm always doing something. And then on top of that, I eat quite healthy. If I have dessert, it's usually at the end of the day. So I'm not eating junk throughout the day. But even with these lifestyle strengths that I have and this good lifestyle, I still will deal with mental illness, whether I'm caring for myself or not. It's something that I deal with. So there's always going to be people. I do want to just encourage my peers that do deal with mental illness and you're taking meds, and you might have friends or even family members that tell you that you might not need the meds, or they say that you're probably better off without them. I'm not telling you to take meds if you don't want to, and if you're not willing to. I'm not trying to change your mind, but I am trying to encourage people that have others in their ear saying, don't take the meds, you don't need pharmaceuticals, blah, blah, blah. So they might not understand, and they might not be very open-minded to the situation and understanding, but if you need mental health medications for something, don't be ashamed or afraid to take them. And that said, it's a challenge. It can be a huge struggle in the beginning because you're trying to find medications that treat your problems, but that don't cause other problems. Like they don't cause fatigue and weight gain and this and that. It's so hard. So we're just at under 10 minutes or so. That's basically what I wanted to talk about. However, something that popped into my mind initially when I decided I would record a drive with me is I am just struggling right now. So it's just fatigue and tiredness, and it's not like a depression feeling, because I feel fine generally speaking, mood-wise, I'm not depressed or super anxious or anything like that, but I'm tired. And I don't think it's a symptom of my depression because I take an antidepressant and it works for me. And I like taking it because it helps a lot. But there's something else that's making me feel so fatigued. It's either the medication or it's something else. So I'm seeing my primary care physician. Another word of encouragement: don't be shy to make doctor's appointments. Don't feel like you're annoying them or like you're nagging. If you need, to make 2 appointments in 1 month, 3 appointments in 1 month, just do it. If you can get the appointments, right? Because they're so busy. But I have an appointment at the end of May. Right now it's literally May 2nd. So towards the end of May, I have an appointment with my primary care, and we're going to look into some other potential medical problems that possibly I could have, such as PCOS. So polycystic ovarian syndrome, that can cause weight gain, that can cause hair loss, that can cause acne, facial hair. I deal with all of those things. So it can cause mental and mood issues as well. So that could be an underlying cause of all of the problems that I'm dealing with. Do I want to have PCOS? No. PCOS is challenging and hard to treat, and also it can affect fertility. So of course I don't want to hear that I have PCOS. However, I do hope that my doctor could possibly find an underlying cause to all of my issues, because it seems like I have a lot of little problems, and there are so many. So the little problems: the acne, the facial hair, the hair loss, the weight gain, obviously the mental and emotional mood problems, psychiatric problems. There are a lot of illnesses out there, medical illnesses, that could be an underlying cause to what I'm dealing with. They can be an underlying cause to all of these symptoms. So I am hoping that maybe she'll find something and give me a glimmer of hope that there's something that can be treated. Because the problem with her not finding something to treat, of course it's good, because the less health problems, the better. But if you're already having all these problematic symptoms, of course I want to find the solution. Of course I want to find the cause so that we can find the solution. So wish me luck, and thanks for tuning in to the second Drive With Me episode. This is just an example of what people go through sometimes when they have mental illness, and you've got these annoying little health problems and you're thinking, is it caused from my mental illness or is it caused from something else? Am I going to get relief out of this doctor's appointment, or is it going to take 3 more doctor's appointments? So it's challenging, it's stressful. Coffee helped me a lot. It helped reduce my fatigue a little bit this morning, so I'm very grateful for that. And thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a good day. If you're dealing with mental or emotional problems yourself, I hope that you'll seek out help for yourself. And in case nothing has really helped yet, I pray that you'll find healing and find the strength to not give up, and the strength to keep searching for solutions for yourself, or ways that you can maintain and live a happy life, live a healthy life. So thank you. Bye.